Good evening and welcome to tonight's SBC News. The opposition United Seychelles has condemned the decision of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Roger Mossian, to allow the leader of government business, Bernard Georges, to bring a motion to censure the leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet. This happened in the National Assembly this morning. United Seychelles says such a decision should be taken by the Speaker and not the leader of government business. In a communiqué, it has called on the Speaker to reverse his decision. The Ministry of Health has expressed concerns at the rapid increase in the rate of infection of COVID-19 cases. The number of active cases of COVID-19 presently stands at 467. These are 231 more cases compared to 2 weeks ago. The moving average is 53 per day compared to 26 2 weeks ago, a 100% increase. According to a communiqué from the ministry, the situation is being closely monitored to inform on preventive measures that may have to be applied to prevent further surge in cases. People are being asked to step up individual preventive efforts and behave responsibly to prevent the reintroduction of restrictive measures. An Indonesian man working at the Ildupor Handling Services, the IPHS, was involved in a fatal accident at work yesterday morning. The police said the man was declared dead on arrival at the Seychelles hospital. The report further states that one of the big tuners he was unloading from containers at the company's premises on Ile du Port fell on him, causing him to lose his balance, and this was further aggravated when other tuners also fell on him. As from tomorrow, all food van owners will be getting a visit from the Enterprise Seychelles Agency, ESA, and other stakeholders to assess the condition they are doing business. There are 72 licensed owners, but the agency fears there are more who are operating without a license. Hence, this one-month survey will give all stakeholders involved a better understanding on the food van business in Seychelles and come up with a proper standard of operation. The survey is also to identify possible locations for 16 new applications which are still pending. The survey will start at Belom tomorrow from 9 a.m. and will end on the 28th of April on La Digue. Although there are no food vans on La Digue, the purpose of the visit is to identify potential locations to park food vans.
This exercise will be assessing existing food vans that are operating, whether they are operating in hygienic conditions, whether they are complying to the license conditions, whether they have a lease agreement, whether they are paying, and whether they are in an approved location. We will have stakeholders from ESA, the local government department, Public Health Authority, Seychelles Licensing Authority, Department of Environment, Seychelles Planning Authority, Department of Lands, and also Road Transport Commission and SLTA. So this joint task force will be visiting each food van and assessing the operations, and also we will be undertaking an exercise to identify new locations in the districts whereby new types of activities can be undertaken.
President Wavell Ramkalawan has urged for strong and urgent actions to drive cohesive climate, nature and development outcomes. The Seychellois head of state was speaking at the opening of the Global Energy Forum themed session, The Rising Blue Waters, Governments Combating Climate Change. The 8th edition of World Government Summit, being held in Dubai in the UAE, began with sessions of thematic panel discussions. The summit brought together over 4,000 participants, including world leaders, global experts, and decision makers, to share and contribute to the development of tools, policies, and models that are essential in shaping future governments. Following the session, President Ramkalawan also participated in a series of media interactions to further share the cause of small island nations, as well as discuss relations between the Seychelles and the UAE. Technical consultants and all major stakeholders working on marine litter and plastic pollution in Seychelles had a discussion on the state of knowledge on marine litter and plastic pollution this morning at the Savoy Resort in Spa. This is in line with implementing an action plan of protecting the marine environment from land-based pollution through strengthened coordination of global action in Seychelles project. When addressing the participants, the Principal Secretary for Environment, Denis Matatiken, said that we must take responsibility for our actions.
At present, the magnitude of plastic waste is not comprehensively known, as there is a noticeable lack of statistics on the exact amount of plastic in the country. What is known is the amount of mismanaged plastic waste, which is continuously increasing and requires urgent actions. Today, plastic is considered the largest, most harmful, and most persistent proportion of marine litter, which can remain in the environment for more than centuries and even millennia. The cumulative hazards and direct impacts of marine plastics already contribute to an estimated loss of $500 to $2.5 billion in marine ecosystem services per year. Given the recognition of the impacts of plastics and other debris reaching the marine environment, Seychelles has taken actions and a lot of measures nationally vis-à-vis the problem of marine litter. Despite our positive actions, marine litters that reaches our shores are still made up of a large proportion of plastics. We were amazed to see the amount of plastic in the 25 tons of waste that was collected on Aldabra in 2019, and also the subsequent years in the outer islands. This shows that we cannot act alone, but have to work together with the international community, given that we have one ocean.
Ancetoile is the first school to launch its tourism hospitality club under the tourism theme L'Hospitalité, la Fierté Sicile. Hilton La Brise Silhouette has adopted the school's club, just like other schools too are expected to be adopted after they have launched their own clubs.
For some time now, the Ancetoile School's pupils have been participating in certain activities in preparation for the launching and adoption of their tourism hospitality club. There are 4 Hilton hotels here, and Hilton La Brise Silhouette, represented by country manager Hilton, has adopted the school's club.
The important is that there is good participation from both sides, from the school side, and of course we have to do our part now to make this tourism club very successful and an example to other tourism clubs in the country and also internationally, because this is an initiative which doesn't happen in other countries. They are the ones that are the future of the tourism industry, so they need to shape their future. Of course, they're very young, so we're going to sanitize them to start to learn what is tourism and what are hotels. Hotels are not only bedrooms, it's a whole experience. So what does the tourist experience when in the Seychelles? The culture, the beautiful surroundings, the hikes, the beautiful marine park.
For her part, Principal Secretary for Tourism, Sharon Francis, says that being a fragile industry, they want children to appreciate tourism.
This is the first official launching of one of the school tourism club, but it's definitely not the last, because we are happy we have got the engagement of all the schools across Mahé, Praslin and Ladig to launch their club. So very soon we will see all the launching that will be coming. We are very thankful to all the tourism partners who graciously accepted to parent those tourism clubs and who will be supporting them with their activities and their programs.
She says the Tourism Ministry and other partners will give the clubs all the necessary support.
And that's it for now. We'll be back with all the day's news in Creole in just under an hour's time. Good evening.